Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the WeSportin podcast. And we are back with Nico and Tim for more college basketball. As the Sweet 16 has concluded and 8 teams remain, we move on to the Elite 8. This tournament is flying by, and I don't know about you guys, but definitely not how we expected. I'm going to guess that all of
Tell
our
me about
brackets
it.
are completely shattered.
I mean, it's been pretty well diagrammed how awful I've been doing. So, although I made a little bit of a rebound in the Sweet 16, but definitely not enough to put myself in any type of contention.
I mean, if you would have sat here and told me that UCLA was going to be in the Elite Eight, I would have just sat and laughed at you.
Well, Nico, you've been doing a lot of sitting and laughing tonight, but we'll just ignore that. He remembered to take his medicine tonight, guys. All right, let's move on to a recap. How do we do? Nico, surprisingly, is still in the lead at 38 and 18, but even more surprising is that he has actually gained 3 games on me. I did not have a very good weekend at all. I went 3 and 5, dropping me to 32 and 24, and I'm now 6 games behind Nico, and I'm pretty much mathematically out of it. But Tim has been mathematically out of it for a long time, although he did have a very good weekend. He went 6 and 2, and he's up to 2 games under 500 at 27 and 29.
Let's go, Tim!
Let's go, Tim!
I'm reaching my way towards 500.
I mean,
guys, when you're sitting at 500, you just feel so dominant amongst all the peasants that I'm sitting next to right now. So,
oh yeah.
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good. I got some close games correct for once. I actually got one
did.
where I made the solo prediction of
UCLA.
My sole prediction was UCLA, wasn't it?
Your sole prediction was UCLA.
that game was
Bruins
crap.
came in clutch for me.
Yes.
I'm sorry, if I'm Alabama, if I hit that 3-pointer and then I lose to UCLA afterwards, I'm just not playing basketball anymore.
Let's stop and say though, that was one hell of a shot.
That was
a damn good shot. And I will say also very good execution by Alabama to get a play where they weren't really, I mean, even if UCLA had wanted to, they really didn't have a very good opportunity to foul them either. Because apparently that was a big thing of their coach, is he usually is the foul first, don't let them get a shot up. But they ran a play where they didn't even really get close enough to be able to foul.
You know, Tim,
props to them.
As great as that play was, Alabama ended up losing. And this is not a Sweet 16 recap video. This is an Elite 8 predictions video. And we have 4 games on tap, and we got some predictions for y'all. So how about we just jump right into it? Y'all good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. The first Elite 8 game on our hands is Gonzaga versus USC. Gonzaga, absolutely dominant, beat Creighton by 22 points. And USC came out tonight and just shellacked Oregon. It was a pretty dominant game on both ends. And, but quite frankly, I think we all know who's going to win here. I'm going to predict a chalk pick among us, and Gonzaga is clearly the best team in this tournament. And if you want more insight, Evan Mobley is the guy for USC. Drew Timme matches up very well with him. And I think that matchup in general is just going to go very well for Gonzaga. So I got the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the one thing that Oregon definitely struggled with in this game is they did not have the size to continuously match up with USC. Quite frankly, was the size really what beat them point-wise? Not really, although I will say very nice stat line by Evan Mobley to have, I believe it was 10, 8, and 6. So very solid line flirting with triple-double numbers. But, I mean, Gonzaga day in and day out has proved why they are the number 1 overall seed and why they're the best team in college basketball. And as much as USC has a very unique team when it comes to the size they bring, Gonzaga is a team that can match up with that pretty well, and the rest of their team is so well balanced. I think they've got this one in the bag here.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, boys, and I'm being quite honest with you.
Play devil's advocate by all means.
I want to.
Not going to be a chalk pick?
No, it's going to be a chalk pick maybe, but I have to think this through. USC is hot right now, and Gonzaga's been hot all year. But I
I mean, yeah,
think,
they haven't lost a game.
No, they have not.
thank you, Tim, for that punch.
It's hard to argue against.
Well,
Yeah,
that
but
is
it's
like the definition of being hot.
like I look at it as the Mobleys versus Jalen Suggs, and I see, and it's like two guys clashing. But at the end of the day, I'm probably gonna have to go with Gonzaga, but I just probably feel like I should say USC, but I'll go Gonzaga.
I mean, I understand what you mean with the whole like Mobley's versus Suggs, because like you talk about star players and whatnot, but that's not the matchup you're actually going to see in the game. I mean, you have very different matchups of who's guarding the Mobleys on Gonzaga and who's going to be trying to guard Suggs for USC. Like it's
not going to.
As much as I would love to see that direct matchup, that would never happen in a game unless it's a very odd switch.
Yeah, I know, but I'll go with Gonzaga. I'll stay sane.
We're not going to embrace that much of the madness.
No,
not yet.
Chalk pick here. How you doing? Keep it moving. The next game on tap is Michigan versus UCLA. Michigan beat Florida State pretty easily, and I don't think any of us expected Michigan to get to this point, quite frankly. But UCLA, we talked about them earlier. They pulled it out in overtime. Alabama with a really clutch shot, tying it up at 75. But then UCLA just blew them out in overtime. And now we got a 1 seed versus an 11 seed in the Elite 8.
Why is he so hard?
It is David and Goliath. And I'm telling you right now, it is not that hard. I got the Wolverines in this game. It's David versus Goliath, and David usually wins. We talk about how much of an impact Isaiah Livers has. Forget.
Wait a minute. David versus Goliath, and David normally wins?
Goliath normally wins.
I was like, wait a minute.
Oh my goodness.
That doesn't seem quite right.
No, it's not quite right. Thank you for correcting me, Tim. We can tell who's been to church and who hasn't here.
Oh, first episode.
Yeah, Nico, the first episode you come back on.
We can tell who took their Bible to college.
I haven't been to church in like 2.5 years.
Grab my Holy Bible and Old Testament because I have it sitting right over there. No,
give me a break. You know what? Here's my view of this game.
I got Michigan. Done deal. I got Michigan here.
And I mean, here's the thing: pick. Michigan has been, for I think all of us, vastly exceeding expectations. Despite coming in as a 1 seed, obviously being a very well balanced team. Losing Livers, they were a little bit shaky going into the tournament, so a lot of us predicted a relatively early exit. But they've really come on as of late. They have a very balanced team. One of the things I saw in this game today is they pass the ball really well. They move the ball around. They are very hard to shake. But if there's one team that has the overall just momentum going into this game, I think, that would be able to keep this game close, it would be the Bruins. And for that reason, I'm going to shake up the madness and I'm going to take the Bruins again. I want to see what they can do. And I think they have the ability to make this game interesting. I could be completely wrong, but embrace the madness. You know what they say.
Well, Tim, in your quest to draw back to 500, you are making some very, very bold picks, but I want to see who Nico has here. And I'm going to guess by the expression on Nico's face when Tim picked UCLA, I'm guessing he's going to go with the Wolverines. But then again, he surprised me, and I've been very, very wrong about Nico's picks numerous times. So I'm going to leave it up to Nico.
It really comes down to whether or not, they can come out to play. Michigan, like we said, has very exceeded our expectations. And UCLA has been that team that opened our eyes. And once again, it's that Cinderella team that we've seen come to where they are now. And it's either you go with Cinderella or you stay with, 1 seeds and you go Michigan. Now, I think it's going to come down to Michigan collapses. Do I think it's this game, though? No. I think the Bruins will walk away losing this game, and Michigan will go on winning it. Michigan to the Final Four.
There we go.
And I will say one thing about this game that I think that if I had to predict what will be a turning point in this game, foul trouble. In UCLA's previous game that they just played against Alabama, one of the things that made towards the end of the game pretty interesting is they ran into some foul trouble, especially with leading scorer Johnny Juzang. He's quite a player, and they're going to need a
ball.
they're going to need a lot of him in this game against Michigan. So they're going to need to try to get some of those Michigan players in foul trouble and keep themselves out of foul trouble if they want to win this one.
Yeah. The next game we got on tap here is Baylor versus Arkansas. Baylor beat Villanova by 9 points, and Arkansas nearly became the third team in a row to lose to a 15 seed in this tournament, and they barely squeaked it out. Oh my goodness.
2 games in a row now, they have just squeaked out victories that I'm not sure if they really deserve to win.
Exactly. And considering that and the fact that Baylor is Baylor, and I've been saying it all tournament, Baylor is a brick wall. Yeah, Arkansas is running flat into the brick wall and not through the brick wall. I hate to be the guy that just picks ones, but I'm going with Baylor.
Yeah. I'm much more the same here as well. I think if there was going to be a game for Baylor to slip up, I think it would have been that Villanova game, because you saw there a stretch where they went cold for a while, but they were able to, which a lot of teams wouldn't be able to. They were able to snap out of it, maintain control, fight back, and end up even still with a double-digit win. So I think they experienced their little hiccup there, got themselves back on track. I expect to see them firmly back on track in the beginning and throughout the entirety of this game as well. I don't think Arkansas has what it takes to stop them.
Do I even have to talk, or can we just move on to the next game?
We can move on if you pick Baylor.
Baylor.
Cool.
Fair enough.
How you doing? Keep it moving. The last game, and in my opinion, the most interesting game.
Can I go first?
4.
I would like to go first.
Well, first of all, let me explain what the matchup is, and then I'll turn it over to you.
Great.
Oregon State versus the Houston Cougars. Now, Oregon State shocked the world by defeating Cinderella team Loyola pretty impressively. I mean, Oregon State played well, quite frankly, and they came away with the W against the Ramblers. And Houston beat Buddy Boeheim and the Syracuse Orange. And we have said in previous episodes that Nico has picked Houston all 3 episodes. And considering how much Nico dislikes Houston.
Oh, Tim wants the explanation. I can hear.
Well, first of all, let's get a very brief explanation. In the second round and the Sweet 16, even though you got the matchups you wanted, that you said Rutgers was going to lose, or Houston was going to lose, why pick Houston? Why stick with Houston?
Because, okay, if we're going to go back to the round of 64 real quick, Rutgers did play Clemson. Correct. I'm correct on that. Yep. They did play Clemson.
This is about Houston.
Yeah, I know, but this is going to lead up to Houston. Give me a minute. Right. So my problem with that is that Rutgers played that game way too close. Way too close. And for the expectations I had for them, in my opinion, they should have blown them out. Football schools can't do this. See, that's why Alabama lost today. When it came down to it, it was like Houston's a top 5 defense in the country, and Rutgers is, Rutgers, and people just know Rutgers just to be only. And I wasn't going to be stupid enough to say Rutgers is going to the Elite Eight, because that would make me look stupid. But as much as I hate Houston, I don't think they can beat the Oregon State, whatever their names are. So I'm going to go with Oregon State here, because I've been riding with them the whole tournament as well. I picked them every single time to win. That is actually true. I watched the videos back.
No, because we all had Oklahoma State to beat them.
So
you did not have them beating Oklahoma State. I know that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You also picked
I was on the Cade Cunningham high. Okay, guys, if we're going to sit here and pull receipts up, I don't need that right now.
You just said you watched back the video, so don't say anything about pulling receipts.
You have not. You picked against Oregon State the last 2 rounds. We're just keeping you accountable, man.
Yeah, but have you guys seen how good the Pac-12 has been this tournament?
It's been pretty insane. I mean, I give the Pac-12 credit, and they had very low expectations as a conference overall coming into this tournament, and they have, quite frankly, just blown everybody away, I would say.
Absolutely. And
so Tim, I'm going to go Oregon State on this one.
And Tim, I ask you, who are you picking?
It's real interesting because you know that I had said things about Houston, saying like they have the ability to kind of make a really far run or drop out early, and right now they're kind of on that path to make that really deep run. But one thing I feel like I've learned about this tournament overall is I don't really pick against some of these lower seeds that are on a real winning streak, and so
Also
showing
listen
some
to
massive
Nico.
momentum. I don't think I would suggest that to any of our listeners. Just make a little PSA there.
Jeez, man.
I'm sorry,
Why?
hold on. But who's not 500 and who's 500?
Hey, did I say listen to me? No. But
So by
in
process
this
of
matchup,
elimination, listen to me.
by process of elimination, listen to whoever you want. Obviously, if
Fair
you tune
enough.
into these videos, you're
Fair
listening
enough.
to all three of us, but also take our opinions with a grain of salt, because clearly we're not the geniuses that we claim to
You guys
be.
have seen how wrong we've been.
Hey, I don't know why we're throwing me under the bus. I have a 500 plus record. Let's argue, both of you.
Hey, all I'm saying is in this game, I like what Oregon State's been doing. They've been playing some really good basketball. They've beat some pretty darn good teams on their road to the Elite Eight. I see them coming in and taking down another really elite team, pushing their way to the Final Four.
Tim. Thank you. You're on that I hate Houston ride too. Can we get a hashtag?
I don't hate Houston. I just really like Oregon State right now, and that's the thing. I picked against them in the last 2 rounds as well. And I didn't really see them making it this far, but they have, so I'm a ride with them.
When Drew edits his video, can I have please have a hashtag I hate Houston on my screen for the whole video, please?
You can absolutely have that hashtag.
Yes.
You can absolutely have that hashtag.
Thank you.
I will give you that in bold letters and all caps if you really want to. I'm kidding. I won't do all that. I will give you an I hate Houston hashtag. Now, this is where I come in and pick against you two knuckleheads. Houston is an elite team. I made a huge mistake picking Syracuse in the last round. I will own up to that, and I am not doing it again.
I mean, to be completely fair, though, in that last matchup, I mean, Syracuse had been playing some really great basketball. They've been shooting the lights out, but their shots just didn't fall against Houston.
I'm taking Houston in this matchup to advance to the Final Four. I am not making that mistake twice. And that'll do it.
I'm making some bold claims on my road to 500, baby. And if I fall short, then I fall short proud.
Absolutely. Well, that's the way you want to do it.
It must really suck not being 500.
You know what? I'm feeling pretty darn good. You know, I can't complain.
It's all right. Okay, Tim. Me, you, and Tom Izzo are sitting on a couch somewhere watching the Final Four.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I'm just
dead.
Don't ever talk about the great Tom Izzo like that ever again.
He's not dead, man. What do you mean? We're just trying to. Never mind. That'll wrap it up.
No, I mean.
No. Can I close this video out, please?
Sure. You know, I haven't closed one out.
I need host privileges so I can mute Nico myself.
Fine. I'll just mute myself. I'll just mute myself and go off on you guys.
All right, Drew.
So while Nico does what he's going to do, I'll close it out. Thank you guys so much for watching another NCAA basketball predictions. We'll be here with the Final Four when those matchups are decided. And that's going to be a humdinger. But go ahead, watch our other videos from, the previous rounds and like, comment, subscribe, see our other stuff. We're approaching 100 subscribers really fast, and we just want to say thank you guys for all the support. Yeah, we love you guys. Just keep doing what you're doing. Y'all are great. And until next time, we out.
Mamba out.